Have you ever wondered why a Sigma female suddenly stops talking to you? Have you felt that he or she excludes you for no apparent reason? There are several reasons why a Sigma female may stop talking to you, cut off relationships with you, and even permanently exclude you from her environment. On this journey, we will explore the personality of these women and some of the most common reasons why they may make the decision to push you away. But before getting into the topic, it is important to define what a Sigma woman is. First, let's review the essential characteristics of this woman so that we can understand her way of proceeding. Sigma females are a rare group of women who are characterized by their independence, self-confidence, and self-sufficiency. The Sigma female does not need the approval or validation of others to feel good about herself. She is confident, knows what she wants, and is not afraid to go for it. Her aura of mystery is due to the fact that she does not usually share her emotions or thoughts with others. She is reserved and prefers the company of a few trusted people to large crowds. She is intelligent, creative, deep-thinking, and analytical. She is open-minded and original. They are often introverted and prefer the company of a few close people. Sigma females are also known for their intelligence and insight. Sigma females, enigmatic and unusual, are characterized by their tendency to retreat into a world of their own, where loneliness and introspection become their most faithful companions. This natural inclination towards its interior can, at first glance, project an image of distance and inaccessibility, as if it were a mystery wrapped in an enigma. However, this distinctive trait does not reflect a disdain for relationships or a social phobia. In reality, Sigma females have an emotional depth and intellectual richness that leads them to seek spaces of tranquility and reflection where they can connect with themselves and the world around them in a more authentic and intensive way. Sigma females often face misunderstanding in their interpersonal relationships. One of the most disconcerting situations for those around them is when they suddenly decide to walk away, cutting off communication or excluding someone from their circle. It is important to understand that this behavior is not due to a lack of affection or a desire to hurt. Behind their apparent coldness or indifference, a self-protection mechanism hides. Highly sensitive and perceptive, Sigma females are careful of their emotional energy and set clear boundaries to protect their well-being. When they perceive a threat to their inner peace or values, they make the difficult decision to walk away to preserve their emotional balance. Being so independent and self-confident, these women have developed a keen intuition that allows them to detect situations or people that could represent a threat to their emotional well-being. When they perceive a threat, whether real or imagined, their natural instinct prompts them to move away to protect themselves. This way of acting can be mistakenly interpreted as disinterest, coldness, or even cruelty. But it is actually a sign that the Sigma woman is prioritizing her mental and emotional health. It is crucial to remember that Sigma females do not want to harm anyone, but simply seek to protect themselves from what they perceive as a threat to their internal balance. After this summary of the personality of the Sigma woman, let's move on to the reasons why they may stop talking to you. Sigma females tend to be highly selective in their relationships and only get involved with people who genuinely bring them value and respect. If a Sigma female decides to walk away from you, she has likely detected something in the dynamics of the relationship that makes her feel uncomfortable or vulnerable. To fully understand the perspective of a Sigma female in this situation, we must delve into her inner world. This is a topic that may be a little uncomfortable for some, but it is important to address it. Lack of authenticity. Sigma females are very sensitive. They have an exceptional ability to detect inauthenticity. If you try to pretend to be someone you're not, or if your words don't match your actions, they will sense this immediately and walk away. Their keen intuition allows them to read between the lines and grasp the subtleties of human behavior. They are not satisfied with appearances, but rather seek the truth behind words and gestures. If you try to trick or manipulate them, they will simply walk away without explanation. They are not interested in wasting time with people who are not genuine. To gain the trust of a Sigma woman, it is essential to be authentic at all times. Show who you really are with your strengths and weaknesses without pretending to be someone you are not. Be honest in your words and actions and let your personality shine through. If you are genuine and sincere, The Sigma female will value your honesty and will be attracted to the real you. Remember, Sigma females do not seek perfection, but authenticity. Be yourself, and they will appreciate you for who you are. Boundaries not respected. Sigma females, known for their independence, self-sufficiency, and confidence, deeply value their personal space and emotional boundaries. These boundaries are fundamental to your well-being and balance, and represent an essential pillar in building meaningful relationships. Like an inviolable sanctuary, their personal space provides them with a safe haven where they can be themselves without ties or external expectations. It is a place where you can connect with your inner self, explore your emotions and thoughts without pressure or judgment from others. Their emotional boundaries, on the other hand, define the barriers they set up to protect their well-being. These limits mark the extent to which they are willing to open up, share their feelings, and allow others to enter their inner world. If these boundaries are ignored or transgressed, trust erodes like sand between fingers. The feeling of security and protection is threatened, generating discomfort and a deep distrust towards the person who has transgressed their limits. Consequently, the relationship becomes unsustainable. The Sigma female feels vulnerable, misunderstood, and invaded, which leads her to distance herself from the person who has ignored or transgressed her limits. It is important to understand that Sigma females do not seek to isolate themselves or avoid relationships. Instead, they crave genuine, deep connections, but these connections must be based on mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance of their limits. If you want to cultivate a meaningful relationship with a Sigma female, it is crucial that you are aware of her personal space and emotional boundaries. Respect these boundaries, don't force them, and she will see you as someone trustworthy and worthy of her trust. Lack of intellectual stimulation. Sigma females have a deep intellectual curiosity that drives them to seek stimulating conversations that make them think. If you are not able to maintain an interaction that challenges them mentally and leads them to explore new knowledge or perspectives, they are likely to lose interest and walk away. For them, conversation is not just about exchanging empty words, but about embarking on an intellectual journey that enriches them and brings new ideas. If the interaction lacks mental stimulation, they may feel bored and disinterested. If you want to connect with a Sigma female, be prepared to immerse yourself in topics that excite her, challenge her ideas respectfully, and share your own knowledge enthusiastically. Remember that mental stimulation is key to maintaining their interest and building a meaningful relationship with them. Value incompatibility. Sigma females possess a deeply ingrained value system that guides their decisions and shapes their interactions with the world around them. For them, the alignment of values in a relationship is not just a preference, but a fundamental requirement to build a meaningful and lasting bond. Sigma females value authenticity and integrity above all else. If they perceive that the relationship is not based on shared values, they will feel that they are acting disingenuously, which will erode trust and connection. Mutual respect is essential to any relationship, but for Sigma females it's even more important. If core values do not match, it becomes difficult to respect each other, leading to tension and resentment. For example, let's think about a Sigma woman who believes in honesty and complete transparency in relationships. Sigma females are tireless seekers of truth and justice. If the relationship is not aligned with these principles, they will feel that they are compromising their own values, which will cause deep moral discomfort. If the values underpinning the relationship do not resonate with their internal moral code, they will experience deep discomfort and dissatisfaction, which can ultimately lead to separation. Doesn't feel a connection with you. Sigma females are highly selective about the people they allow into their inner circle. Their introverted nature and deep appreciation for authenticity lead them to seek genuine and meaningful connections beyond the superficial or fleeting ones. For them, the quality of relationships takes precedence over quantity. They are not satisfied with surrounding themselves with a large number of people, but rather look for individuals with whom they can share a deep emotional and intellectual space. Connecting with a Sigma female means earning her trust and respect. This requires demonstrating authenticity, being someone she can trust, and have stimulating conversations with. If that connection cannot be established on a deep level, she will likely decide not to invest more time in the relationship. Sigma females do not seek external validation or social approval. They are self-confident and do not need the attention or admiration of others. Therefore, they will not feel pressured to maintain a relationship with someone who does not stimulate them or with whom they do not share genuine values and interests. Their selectivity is not due to arrogance or indifference, but rather to a deep respect for themselves and their time. They value their personal space and energy, and they don't want to waste it on relationships that don't bring them anything meaningful. If you are fortunate enough to meet a Sigma woman and wish to build a long-lasting relationship with her, be aware of her selective nature. Demonstrate authenticity, offer stimulating conversations, respect their boundaries and values, and be patient. If you manage to establish that deep connection, she will reward you with a solid and enriching friendship or relationship. She doesn't like your behavior. If you are someone who is insecure, needy, or controlling, a Sigma woman will probably feel repelled by you. A pessimistic or negative approach can create an unattractive environment for them. Sigma females are usually attracted to positive, independent, and self-confident people. If you are among those seeking a connection with a Sigma female, it is important to cultivate those characteristics. If you are someone who constantly seeks approval, validation, or attempts to control the relationship, you are likely to encounter rejection. Their independent nature leads them to look for partners who respect their autonomy and do not depend on them emotionally. These women appreciate the company of those who bring positive energy, pursue their own goals, and do not need to be constantly rescued or pampered. Insecurity can manifest itself in a variety of ways, such as constantly seeking approval or needing external validation. Sigma females value authenticity and inner strength, so these types of behaviors could create distance. An excessive need for attention or emotional support may be perceived as a burden by Sigma females. While they appreciate emotional connection, they look for partners who can maintain their independence and autonomy. The desire to control or dominate situations can be a determining factor in the attraction of a Sigma woman. They do not accept being controlled or dominated. They prefer relationships where there is a balance of power and mutual respect, where each individual can make their own decisions. They value independence in themselves and in their partners. They look for people who have their own goals, passions, and interests without depending on them for their happiness or personal fulfillment. Self-confidence is a quality that Sigma females deeply admire. They look for partners who are comfortable in their own skin, who are authentic and who are not afraid to express their individuality. She has no time for you. Sigma females are usually very busy with their own projects and goals. If you are not a priority in his life, he may simply not have time for you. Known for their independence, self-sufficiency, and focus on their goals, they often have packed schedules. Their time is valuable, and they dedicate it carefully to what they are passionate about and brings them closer to their goals. If you are not a priority in his life, it may not be due to a lack of interest or affection, but rather a simple matter of priorities. Sigma females greatly value their time and energy and invest it carefully in what they consider meaningful and valuable to them. Remember, Sigma females are unique individuals with their own priorities and needs. By understanding her perspective and respecting her space, you can build a meaningful and lasting relationship with one of these exceptional women. She feels like you don't understand her. Enigmatic and captivating, with a reserved nature and an aura of self-sufficiency, Sigma females are often a mystery to those around them. While their independence and inner strength are admirable, understanding their actions and behaviors can be a challenge. One of the distinguishing characteristics of Sigma females is their tendency to be secretive regarding their emotions and internal thoughts. Unlike those who seek external validation and openly express their feelings, Sigma females prefer to keep their inner world private. This can cause confusion for those who are not familiar with your personality, as they may interpret it as coldness or lack of interest. However, it is crucial to understand that Sigma females' silence is not a reflection of disinterest or lack of emotion. On the contrary, It is usually a sign of its depth and complexity. They prefer to process their experiences and feelings internally, allowing them to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. If you are not able to understand a Sigma woman at this deep level, she may turn away from you. Their intuitive nature leads them to seek out genuine, meaningful connections, and if they don't feel like you're willing to go beyond the surface, they're likely to seek out relationships that offer them the level of understanding they crave. What can you do if a Sigma woman stops talking to you? Dealing with a breakup with a Sigma woman can be a challenging process. However, it is important to remember that their decision is not a reflection of your personal worth. Sigma females often approach breakups uniquely, opting for a clean breakup to avoid unnecessary drama and conflict. This strategy, although sometimes disconcerting to those who experience it, reflects a deep understanding of self and relationships. Instead of getting into long arguments or confrontations, Sigma females prefer to cut ties clearly and definitively. This decision is not based on coldness or indifference, but on a deep need to preserve your inner peace and avoid situations that could affect your emotional well-being. If you find yourself in a situation where a Sigma woman has decided to distance herself from you, it is essential to respect her decision and give her the space she needs. Don't pressure her or try to force her to come back, as this will only make the situation worse. Don't despair. There are some things you can do to try to regain their trust. Give her space. Sigma females, known for their independence, self-sufficiency, and self-confidence, greatly value their personal space. This means they may feel suffocated and choose to walk away if they perceive that a relationship is becoming too demanding or clingy. Understand that regaining their trust and rebuilding the relationship may take time and effort. Give him space to process his emotions and make a decision on how to proceed. Don't pressure her or harass her with insistent messages or calls. Don't try to force her to talk to you. Give him time to reflect on the situation. Respect her decision. If she decides not to talk to you again, respect her decision. Don't try to force her back into your life. When a Sigma female decides to walk away, it is important to understand and respect her decision. Forcing her to return will only create more distance and resentment. It is essential to understand that Sigma females are independent and self-sufficient. They value their personal space and freedom and do not settle for relationships that do not fully satisfy them. If she has decided to end communication, it is likely that she has carefully reflected on the situation and has come to a firm conclusion. Instead of trying to reverse their decision, focus on healing and moving forward. Accept their feelings and respect their need for distance. This experience can be an opportunity for personal growth. Reflect on the relationship and the possible reasons that led it to this point. Use this learning to improve your future relationships. Remember that life is full of wonderful people. Don't hold on to a relationship that is no longer working. Open your heart to new possibilities and positive experiences. What actions should you take from now on? Take advantage of this time to reflect on your own behavior and evaluate if you have done anything that could have triggered their reaction. If you think you've made a mistake, offer a sincere apology and show your willingness to change. While breaking up with a Sigma woman can be painful, it is important to remember the experience as an opportunity for learning and personal growth. By understanding the reasons behind their decision, you can move forward with greater wisdom and maturity into future relationships. Focus on your well-being and personal growth. Prioritize your emotional health and focus on activities that bring you joy and personal growth. Dedicating time and effort to our mental well-being is as crucial as taking care of our physical body. Just as we nourish our bodies with healthy foods and regular exercise, we must nourish our minds and spirits with positive and enriching experiences. Prioritizing your emotional health means embarking on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Beyond basic self-care practices, it is essential to dedicate time to activities that you are passionate about and that make you feel fulfilled. These activities can be hobbies that awaken your creativity, playing sports that fill you with energy. You can participate in volunteer activities that nourish your altruistic spirit, embark on learning new skills that expand your horizons, or any other activity that brings you genuine joy and satisfaction. By focusing on your personal growth, you invest in your future and the best version of yourself. You develop new skills, strengthen your self-esteem, expand your knowledge, and open yourself to a world of exciting possibilities. Prioritizing your emotional health and focusing on activities that bring you joy and personal growth is a journey of self-discovery and transformation. It is a path that requires effort, dedication, and patience, but that undoubtedly leads you to a fuller and more meaningful life. Reflect on your behavior. Ask yourself if you have done something that may have upset her or distanced her from you. Perform an honest introspection on your behavior. Have you been authentic in your interactions with her? Have you respected their personal boundaries? Have you been present and attentive in the conversations? Have you brought intellectual and emotional value to the relationship? If you think you have made a mistake, apologize sincerely and try to make amends. Analyze if you have taken any action or said something that could have bothered or made her uncomfortable. Have you been critical or dismissive? Have you shown disinterest in their interests or concerns? Have you invaded her personal space or pressured her to share more information than she wanted? If you identify any errors or inappropriate behavior, take responsibility for your actions. Don't blame external factors or victimize yourself. Recognize that your behavior may have influenced his decision to walk away. Don't excuse your behavior or look for justifications. Express your regret and your commitment to improve in the future. Demonstrate your willingness to correct your mistakes. Suggest concrete actions you can take to restore their trust and strengthen the relationship. Ask openly what you can do to improve communication and dynamics between you. Work on your self-esteem. If you are insecure or needy, Sigma females will sense this and move away from you. Work on building your self-esteem and self-confidence. Cultivating healthy self-esteem and solid self-confidence is a fundamental journey on the path to personal well-being and success in various aspects of life. These qualities allow you to face challenges with courage, pursue your dreams with determination, and establish healthy, satisfying relationships. Focus on your own life. Don't obsess over the Sigma female who stopped talking to you. Instead, focus on your own life and your own goals. If you are happy and fulfilled, she will eventually notice and may come back to you. It's natural to feel hurt and confused when a Sigma female stops talking to you, especially if you don't understand why. However, obsessing over her and trying to get her back at all costs will get you nowhere. In fact, you will only do more harm to yourself. Instead, I invite you to focus on what you can control, your own life and your own goals. Spend time on the things you are passionate about. Spend time with your loved ones, pursue your hobbies, learn new skills, and work toward your personal goals. The happier and more fulfilled you are, the more attractive your energy will be to others. Remember that happiness is magnetic. When you feel good about yourself, you radiate a positive vibe that attracts people with similar values and interests. It is possible that the Sigma woman who stopped talking to you will eventually notice this change in you and become intrigued. However, even if she doesn't return, remember that you are not alone. There are many other amazing women in the world who could be a perfect match for you. Focus on your own growth and happiness, and love will come when you least expect it. Open communication. If a Sigma female has stopped talking to you and you feel the need to regain her trust, honest and open communication is crucial. However, it is important to choose the right time. Don't pressure or harass her to talk, but wait until she is ready to have a meaningful conversation. When the time comes, find a quiet, private place where you can talk without interruptions. Start by expressing your feelings calmly and without reproach. Let him know that you value his friendship and would like to understand why he has drifted apart. It is important that you listen carefully to their perspective and try to understand their reasons. Don't get defensive or take their words personally. Remember that their decision to walk away may have nothing to do with you. If she is willing to talk, take the opportunity to listen attentively and empathetically. Show that you are interested in understanding their point of view and that you are willing to work together to resolve any problems there may be. Sometimes people come into our lives for a reason, and when that reason has run its course, it's time to let it go. If a Sigma female breaks up with you, take it as an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. Focus on nurturing your own well-being and forming relationships that are based on mutual understanding and respect. Sigma female, with their complexity and inner strength, offer unique and meaningful relationships. If you are lucky enough to have one in your life, it is important that you treat it with respect and understanding. While their protective nature can lead to difficult breakups, understanding their motivations and focusing on personal growth can help you overcome this challenge and open the doors to new and valuable experiences in the future. Remember, relationships with Sigma females require effort and patience. If you are willing to invest the time and energy, you can build a long-lasting and meaningful relationship with one of these special women. If a Sigma female stops talking to you and excludes you, the best thing you can do is respect her decision and give her space. Don't pressure her or try to force her to talk to you. If she really cares about you, she will eventually come back to you when she is ready. If you decide to try to recover the relationship, do so with honesty and openness. Communicate with her genuinely and express your desire to understand her perspective. Appreciating the essence of a Sigma female involves valuing her silence, listening carefully to her words when she pronounces them, and admiring her capacity for introspection. It is in these spaces of stillness and reflection where your true power, your wisdom, and your inner beauty reside. Show him that you are willing to listen and work together to find solutions that benefit both of you. Understanding Sigma females and respecting their autonomy is a profound lesson in empathy and self-awareness. Her unique approach to relationships makes us appreciate the diversity of personalities and navigate the complexities of human connections. Interacting with Sigma females allows us to realize that relationships are not always subject to conventional norms. Not just about accommodating differences, but appreciating and learning from them. Embracing the distinctive traits of Sigma females fosters more authentic and meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. The behavior of Sigma females may seem confusing or even hurtful to those unfamiliar with their personality traits. However, it is important to understand that they are not trying to be rude or malicious. When a Sigma woman decides to break up, it is not just a spontaneous choice. It is often the culmination of several factors that have been brewing beneath the surface for some time. That's it for our journey today through the wonderful world of Sigma females. I hope this journey has been revealing and helps you understand its particularity and essence. If this video has inspired you, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Share your opinions and experiences in the comments. Thank you for joining me. I invite you to continue learning and growing together, hand in hand, with timeless Stoic wisdom.